The following is an exclusive presentation of Cablevision local programming, TV that's close to home.
Coming up on this New York edition of Neighborhood Journal.
He was born with a broken arm.
A parent's worst nightmare turned into something that will amaze you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Neighborhood Journal. I'm Tati Amara. We have several stories of hope and inspiration on tonight's program, starting with this touching segment of parents who had no idea what to expect when their only son was first born, and now are on the ride of their lives.
He was born with a broken arm. And it was very scary because the first thing the doctor said was, I never delivered a baby with palsy before.
A nightmare for every parent of a newborn.
We were devastated.
A very tense delivery room for Nick and Rebecca Mancuso, until they realized that the on-the-spot doctor diagnosis was wrong, and the news was about to get a little better.
They took an x-ray, good news, broken arm.
I think he had his arm up like this. And
yeah, this is a thick bone, that broke. For the doctor to be that callous.
Now, 15 years later, Myles Mancuso is like any other teenage boy. He likes sports, enjoys his school friends.
How evil is that? Isn't that like the worst?
And loves to eat.
Oh, I love you so much.
But that's where the similarities between Myles and other teenagers ends. Because Myles Mancuso has been rated one of the top 10 child guitarists in the world. A gift that became apparent to his parents at a very early age.
We saw musical talent start with Myles probably when he was 4 years old, 5 years old.
Well, they all support me. I mean, some parents would be like, I want my kid to do something that's more stable with his life and a career that's more stable, but my parents have always supported me.
And by the time he was 9, Myles was getting the attention of some pretty big acts.
He's been playing here once a month for 4 years now, almost 5 years, I think. And I know that no matter what, there could be 2 feet of snow on the ground. This kid can pack the house every single time.
I'm a big fan of Myles Mancuso since I first met him probably 3-4 years ago. He's done quite a few shows for us over the years. He's opened up many performances, and I would try to put him into the best performance I could with someone who can inspire him, and he's played for some great people. Now I don't even want him to open shows because he overpowers the headline acts, so I have to be very careful who I put Myles in front of.
When Myles isn't playing the pro club circuit in New York City, he's simply a sophomore at Arlington High School in upstate New York's Dutchess County.
That's some job he did there that you could get like metal splinters. You should go into instrument repair. I'm a big music geek at school, so I hang out with all the music guys.
He plays with the high school jazz band and made an immediate impact on the jazz band director, Rich Gillen.
He was a little 7th grader that stood up, and when you sometimes see middle school bands, it's very nice. All of a sudden, this kid stands up, and you go, "Wow, 7th grader." I said to my students at the time, I said, "I want that kid in our band right now."
By now, you can appreciate how good Myles is on guitar, but get this. It's not even his main instrument.
I've made a name for myself on the guitar, but that was, I mean, I've only been playing the guitar for 5 years. I started playing piano when I was 5 years old. I like that you could really do, I mean, you really play the bass and I mean, you really can't do that type of stuff on a guitar.
He's a triple threat, playing piano, electric guitar, acoustic. He sings and composes his own songs.
Come by me, come talk to me, baby. Tell me how we can come by.
And does it all without knowing how to read music.
It helped my ear, not being able to read as well as other people. I mean, I think that's a better attribute than being able to read music.
And while the rest of the world is catching up with this musical phenomenon,
Mojo Myles Mancuso, our guest in the studio. We'll get some more with him coming up in just a few. He's going to play live. I love this dude, man.
Myles is prepared and ready for the big things that are destined to come for this 15-year-old prodigy.
I've been making a good living playing music, and hopefully that's what I'll do the rest of my life.